There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're going to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out. Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre and being like average and shit just fucking burns and sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out. But you've never wanted to unwrap it because there's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it. Until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then the fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going. You're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age. It can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody no matter what, it's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it was about being the hardest fucking worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. Because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man. And it really sucks when you've tasted success at one point in your life. When you go out and you train hard to play baseball and you connect and you hit the winning home run, you want to feel that way again. When you taste these finer things of life, all the pain, all the work, all the sacrifice to get them is well worth it. If anything, it's a small down payment for the price and the reward you got and that feeling. And once felt, how do you ever turn your back on it? Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there. Grab a buddy of yours. Say, man, me and you are going to fucking do this together. And you're going to be on my ass if I start slacking. I'm going to be on your ass if I start slacking. And I'll never accept mediocre again. When you get your mind and body in sync with each other, you're unstoppable. You have a confidence that can tear down all the walls and all the fears of your life. And it just takes that first step, that very first step. So when people go and they go into these diets and stuff, and they try it, they give it a week or two and they quit. I would really encourage you guys to really say, you know what, I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to quit, I'm not going to judge it for 8 months or 6 months. I'm going to stay true to the course, and at the end of 6 months, then I'll do an azimuth check. I'll get my report card back and see where my strengths, where my weaknesses are, and then reapply what I've learned to make it even more efficient. And it's always growing. Your body's always changing and adapting. So you need to be smarter than and keep changing it for it. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect the same results. It's not going to happen that way. But people quit so fast, And I swear to you, man, it's the fairest society in the world, the gym. It's a non-subjective workout arena. And what you learn in there, when you transform your body from A to B, right? And you come out feeling so strong and positive and confident of who you are because you look in the mirror and you're smiling back at yourself. You're like, hell yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, work ethic, and sacrifice, but look what I got now, You'll remember that for the rest of your life. The parties and stuff, the sacrifices you're missing, the food, and that last Saturday night you didn't partake in everything else. 10 years down the line, tell me 5 years ago, what was a party that happened this weekend? You don't know that. You don't remember that. But what you do remember is a pride, of overcoming something and achieving something concrete, a non-tangible identity right there, Bam, I see the picture of it too, it's awesome. And that right there gives you a power inside to overcome other fears of life. What you learned in the gym, that transformation gives you the power
to walk out there with really confidence of who you are. And you take that and you go into other theaters of life, like corporate America, and you work your way up from the mailroom to CEO, or it helps improve, your relationship with somebody. It's all win-win stuff, and all it takes is a little willpower. Every single day is another opportunity that you can turn it around, guys. This air we're breathing is life. You can take this life and transform it the way you want. Drive the car you want. Drive your destiny into what you want, your dreams, and make them a reality, guys. You can do it every single day. You can wake up a certain day, and that person you woke up with, you can say goodbye to that person that day and go to sleep a stronger person, or a better person, or more forgiving, or more compassionate. Whatever it is that you're lacking, once you have the knowledge to know that this is what your makeup is, this is your one weak link, now you've identified that, now you can put different things that you've learned throughout life and apply what you've learned to fix that weak chain, to make the whole unified person of who you are, mind, body, your name, your character, the integrity and honor that you carry yourself with, into somebody that's respected, that's remembered in life. Otherwise, you will be forgotten, and gladly forgotten. If you're 30 years old, right, and you give yourself this 1 year, and you get in shape, how fast will that year go by? It flew by in my mind. So you're 31 and in shape. Once you're in shape, guys, you no longer have that body fat, right? You're lean. It's so much easier to stay in shape. The transformation is the hard part. Once you're in shape, to maintain an in shape state is simple. So you're 31 in shape. 60 years to live in shape. It's about winning, man. It's about what you gain, man. I'm so sick of this society, and it's fucked up, man. When you transform from 30% to 10%, that's not what you're gonna be most proud of. What you're gonna be most proud of, you gotta start repetitively moving things, moving muscles, putting stress onto the muscles. What happens when you put stress on it? You build muscle mass. This lean muscle mass is gonna increase. You're gonna start losing body fat, so now your energy expended is gonna be more caloric intake needed to move that, meaning the first pound lost is the hardest pound. That's when you actually have to step into the arena and say, yes, I'm committed, I'm gonna do this. After that, it's easy. It's easy, guys. Everyone's like, has this big block, oh my God, it's just seeing, oh my years. No, I don't wanna look at it. It's too scary, I don't wanna look at it. But if you go and you try it for once, man, try it for a week or a month, you'll see, it's really not that bad. And then every single day, you just keep doing it. It's repetitive from there on. And then as you get better in shape and better in shape, it's not what you lose, it's what you gain. You get the confidence, the mindset to overcome things. You're seeing a positive energy within yourself, resonating to other people. You're carrying yourself better. You're getting stronger. You're looking in the mirror. You're happier in your life. Everything's a win-win-win. What's the alternative? That you're 30 now, next year you're 31, still out of shape, and you got 60 years to be out of shape. Always beating yourself up. This monkey on your back, I can't seem to get in shape, I'm listening to this and listening to that. You listen to the wrong shit, man. Start listening to yourself. Start listening to why you're doing it. What the right fire inside of yourself is to make this thing happen. It's simple, guys. You guys owe it to yourself to do this. Do I do this or do I not do it? Just get doing it, man. Just get into the motion and do it. Along the way, you'll find out, what you're made of. Or you sit back and war game it. Well, if I do this, I gotta do this, I gotta calculate this, calculate that. You figure that out along the way. Just get involved. Stay moving forward. Don't be stagnant. Don't allow that pond just to sit there in your backyard, with no movement. What is that pond? That's stagnant water. What grows in stagnant water? Algae and shit. Mosquitoes come and fest on that shit. No one wants to come to your house and look at that shit. It smells like ass. They get bitten. That's a bad day. Put a sprinkler on that motherfucker. Get some flow in that thing so it smells good, looks good. It's a visual oasis, soothing to the ear and the eye. Well, now it's a good pond. I know it sounds like whatever, but that is it. That's life. That's someone who believes in themselves or who doesn't believe in themselves. And that's the birth of every success. And that success is just showing up, guys. Just showing up. Failing, who cares? I've learned from that. So when the next time I show up, I'll be stronger. And showing up, and the perseverance to keep going at it, giving yourself the chance, is the difference. Today it seems small, but those days add up to legacy, man. No one remembers anybody. No one remembers a fucking critic. Who's the most famous critic out there? There ain't no fucking such a title, man. The one that points his finger the best, who is that? 99% of the world who points the fingers at the 1% that's actually doing something, making the change, living the inspiration for other people. To see these opportunities, Rob, as thank you, God, for giving me the chance to grow. Because there's nothing worse in life than not being challenged, not having that anxiety, that fear factor. What if I lose? What if I don't? That moment is life.
That's what's so great about it.
And it's all in your hands, man. It's in your power. You can't control what happens when you're driving a car, or what your boss is going to say, or the economy right now. But you can control this vehicle that you're going to walk through life in. And far too often, people put all their efforts out there and they neglect their own self. But if you take care of yourself, if you love yourself, then you can love others. If you take care of yourself and then go back into that same war zone environment, you can come out a winner. You might lose a few battles, but you win the war. So when you see like me on a cover or something, understand that's not like my everyday look, bro. I sacrifice that moment for the pain of that. I take on the pain. I welcome the pain for the back end pleasure, pride, accomplishment, having a cover to show my grandkids one day. That cover goes on a newsstand and maybe somebody's having a rough day and sees it as an article and inspires them to get in shape. You know, or I give it to my kids one day. I don't have any, but one day. It inspires them. You know, it's a good, positive thing.
95% of the game, like I said before, is right up here, guys. If you guys fucking believe you can do this, you can eat fucking Twinkies and become the fucking man. I know there's no scientific evidence for that, guys. But I swear to you, obviously eating right, resting, you know, having good cardio and everything else, all these things add up to equal weights and they're all very important. But none of them mean anything without the mental fucking state that today I'm no longer being a fucking loser. Today I'm gonna change my fucking path. I'm gonna get on the path of success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm gonna see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this shithole and I don't wanna be here anymore. I'm not happy with this. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of shit. I wanna be different. And last I look, every single day I'm getting older. Meaning I'm gonna get older and I'm running out of time. I don't want to be this way. I want to get out of this. How do you get out of it? You say you're going to do it. You commit to it. You make it fucking happen. As you get into it, guys, and you feel that love, that sweat equity, that pump, that life that's found in non-tangible items as like the weights. There's no life in the iron. But when you grab and you start moving, somehow that iron brings life into you. You get that feeling, right? You stay on that path. Then you start applying all these other tricks of the trade and everything else. Finding out what the optimal supplements are, what the optimal, times to eat are, what the optimal cardio is. But apply yourself before you do any of this, guys. Don't make up another excuse that, I'm not gonna join the gym today, I'm not gonna go work out, because I don't know how many fucking proteins or fats or carbs I'm supposed to be eating. So therefore I shouldn't start until I have everything done. Life doesn't work that way. I say confidence is perishable, use it or lose it. And the body's perishable, use it or lose it. You've got to test it in order to grow it. We go to the gym and we hit failure because failure is a friend. Failure helps us to grow. We welcome failure. Fear and failure, I think, are the real assets, artillery to really transform and grow if we're honest enough to look at them as assets and not a rejection or negativity. So the same way with this is that, working smarter, not harder, using all of our tools, to really build something, not being fixated on what everyone else does, but the balance, seeing that there's many different ways to do it. And these little things, when I say, your confidence is perishable, it is. You have to test it. Going up to that good-looking girl that you think's way out of your league and saying hello, take some balls, man. But you're challenging yourself. You're building your confidence. Even if she says no, who cares? Everyone's failed. Every hero in the world, role model, failed. Society doesn't remember the failures. They just remember if you succeed. They remember if you showed up. They remember if you gave a shit. Make sure you're one of those people that does show up, not sits there as a critic and points their fucking finger at everyone else's misfortunes or missed opportunities when they haven't even tried it themselves. Don't be an expert on something you've never tried. That's called a fucking critic. But in order to grow your confidence, you do little tests like this, different little things. You see every little small innuendo, your friends' stories or despair and stuff. You talk to them, you open up, you lend yourself to them because you learn something from it too. And you challenge your confidence. You don't stay around the same circle of loser friends. You try to find a more elevated friend, someone that brings the best out of you, that challenges you, that keep growing it and growing it and growing it, man. That's what keeps you young. That's what keeps you excited. That's what keeps you getting up in the morning for a purpose. So it's all about the balance, guys.
And at the end of the day, you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta make yourself whole. You gotta love yourself before you can love somebody else, is what I'm trying to say. So these people around you, if they aren't providing a purpose, if they aren't, a purpose of motivation because they're successful, or they're inspiring, they make you laugh, or they make you feel good, keep them. If they're draining on you and they're just a debt to society, kick them the fuck off the dock, man. Throw them down. You don't need them in your life. They will bring you down and decrease your potential of who you can be. Not only people, guys. I'm talking about negative energy in work environments and social settings. Find out if it's working, guys, and do not fall into a comfort trap. A comfort zone is your danger zone. Just because it's comfortable is probably wrong. I know it sounds weird, but we all get all comfortable and we go through the motions in this rehearsal and we no longer are thinking it's just comfortable. No, if it's comfortable, you're not forcing to adapt to anything new. So therefore, you're not growing anymore, intellectually or physically. You're just going through the fucking motions. Going through the motions is going to be repeat resolutions every single year, guys. What I'm saying is that if you're in a job opportunity that you need the kind of money, but you absolutely hate it, and you always wanted to kind of break loose of that, why not try it, man? What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You fail, but you're happy, meaning that you did something. You decided to do it. You said you're gonna do it, and you did it. If it doesn't work out, at least you know the outcome. I much rather try and fail than wonder what if the rest of my life if I could have won. You know what I mean? I'd rather fail 300 times. Everyone that's out there that's ever succeeded anything in life, guys, that have really done something inspirational and is a historical landmark and person of society, they failed 1,000 times before they achieved that one thing. Don't think that your first failure means you're gonna fail totally. No, that's your report card. That's the greatest thing in life when you fail, because in failure, you find out where your shortcomings are. So then you can apply your efforts to improve those shortcomings and make the whole picture better, guys. If you don't fail, then you don't know what to improve. You just keep improving your strengths without ever having to improve your failure. That right there is bullshit. That's your comfort zone, because you don't want to be comfortable, man. You always want to be pushing the envelope. So you guys are in a busted situation, whether relationship or work, take a look at it, man. Is it working? Is it workable? If it's not, maybe it's time to cut it loose. I know it's scary, but you will find a new person inside of yourself for doing it. And guys, when you're in the gym and you're seeing this poor guy or poor girl, whatever else, really putting in a valiant effort, man, really trying to do some good stuff here, but just doesn't have the mindset of where they're going. They doesn't have the directional path of success. They're willing to work hard, but they're going east to west when they need to go north. Help them out. By you helping them out, it helps you understand what you're saying. Being a teacher is a great way to learn what you're actually telling them in your own endeavors. It goes hand in hand. It's a win-win, man. Where you give is where you get to. Find out what your direction is. Marry that with successive information and knowledge. And don't be somebody that's just going through the motions. Someone that's just going through the motions isn't mentally attached. And when you're not mentally attached, you don't have that mind-body connection, man. Your actions then don't have results. But when you are connected, mentally, you understand what you're doing physically. Therefore, your actions have a reason. When your actions have a reason, then they have a result. That's a great thing, because the training process to transform requires a lot of work, a marathon, not a sprint. And when your work is getting results, it motivates you. See, I came in here for a solid goal, I achieved it, now I'm motivated to do it again tomorrow. That will keep you on the path. Far too often, people put all this work in, but they're going backwards and they don't even know it. And so after a month or so, they're like, dude, man, I don't see this shit. It's a waste of fucking time, I'm done. And they throw in the towel. And they were right there, man. They had it all, but they just didn't have the information. Help these people out, man. I swear, you helping them out is gonna make you feel better, and you'll get a better workout for it. Winners fail 1,000,000 times. What makes them a winner is that they believe in it, they're headstrong. Nothing's gonna stop them. The spectators have tried it and failed it and remain sitting down. They don't get up anymore because they don't believe it enough. The naysayers' disbelief overrides their ability, potential, and mental capacity that they can be more than that. Champions life are headstrong. You come in here headstrong for this workout. It's gonna take everything. This is madness. This is a super fucking psycho workout. But if you have it up here and you go through it out there, guys, you will leave here not only physically dominating, but mentally unstoppable. Because that's how you have to be. Mentally tough up here. If you guys mentally believe you can do it, your body will find a way physically to make it happen. If you're short up here, it doesn't matter what you do with these guys, it will never materialize into anything. No dream will ever become a reality. You guys have got to believe in yourself, headstrong, mentally tough. It's the only way through the bullshit here in life. Winners, the difference between them and the spectators is the winners have a belief that overrides the crowd's disbelief every single time. Their belief is so strong, even though they hit failure, they get knocked on the ass, they're finding the intestinal fortitude to stand back up again, face that same challenge, learning from the previous mistakes, and make it happen. Stop listening to the normality of life and everyone's saying the way it is the way it's going to be for you. The way it is for you is blood, sweat, and tears today to create a foundation of strength for tomorrow. Those days combined into whatever dream you want to be a reality. We are always fighting for that edge, always fighting for that opportunity. So it's not past, it's not missed, but lived. We're not gonna cry about those opportunities. We're gonna smile, remember them, and thank God they came, because we were ready when they fucking came. You won't be ready if today isn't pushed with the strenuous nature and the pressure of the moment in the future that everything rides on. The margins, guys, in life that dictates a champion, someone that's remembered and not forgotten. The legacies of life, the role models, the one that stands those tests of time I always talk about. Don't know terms like good enough. It's too fucking hard. And they failed over and over and over again so many times that they've learned what it takes to succeed. With failure comes success, and with success comes blueprints of fundamental principles that lead to success. You need that X factor. You need that leg up. It's too fucking hard. This workout will ensure that you never have to question your intensity. You make it through this, guys, you're gonna make it through life. I said leg up because that's what this is. It's a leg workout, and it will bring you a leg up in life. It's intense, man. I'm not sure I'm ready for it, but the challenge of that inspires me to fucking reach barriers I haven't been to, and I'm excited to share them with you. And you guys watching this, share them with yourselves and your friends. And together, we'll be part of society that doesn't take second place as first. If you give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you're putting yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster that opportunity will come to life for you. It's up to you guys. But I applaud you for being here. I applaud you for watching this, encouraging you to incorporate this in your workout. You'll see the gains like I did, and you'll fall in love with it. Even though it's tiring and exhausting, and you're sweating your ass off, and you're tired as can be, small down payment that you're willing to pay every day for the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one. It's not about the vanity, guys. Everyone's like, how do I get a six-pack? How do I get a six-pack? Always worried about the vanity and how they look in the mirror. No, it's not about that. It's about the functionality. In order to grow a shoulder and a chest and a bicep, in order to grow our legs, if we don't have a strong enough core, we cannot stabilize ourselves in order to lift that load, to put the stress on the other muscles to grow from. So all that work that we go and we build to grow this body we want can go in vain if we don't have a strong enough core to support it. And with a weak core, what happens? You're not in the gym growing, you're in that ambulance, going to the hospital in a backwards progression, recovering instead of growing. Today, I'm gonna show you how to build that core the right way. I'm not gonna sell the sexy abs and everything else. I'm gonna sell functionality to you. I'm gonna sell you a theory that will stand the test of time. That if you put your work into the equation, everything else will grow and you can bear the fruits of that labor. You do that every single day. You repeatedly do. In anything you do. If you look in the mirror and you frown upon yourself, you created that. That's not an accident, it's a habit. It's like you look in the mirror and you smile because you see excellence. That's not an accident, it's a habit. You guys need to start taking responsibility for your actions. When you start taking responsibility for your actions, you start to find the belief in what you're doing, the passion behind it. You create value in what you're doing. There's no longer mundane tasks. Everything has a purpose and an end state. There's a direction to a designation. If you don't like the designation you're going to, well, you can't change that overnight. You cannot change it overnight, but you can change the direction overnight. So if you are looking at your life right now and what you do every single day,
and it's a one-way street to hell with no return, that's not so fucking appealing to me, man. I don't want to be part of that. So get off that fucking beaten path society says it's so right. Believe in yourself and what you're doing, man. One is a belief in what you're doing. Like Muhammad Ali believed so much he was a champion. He said he was a champion before he was a champion. That's a belief. It has to be that way. That's the steering wheel of life, the direction. Then what's going to fire that through is the engine. Your undying will, your conviction to see it through. I failed and failed and failed and failed. And because of that, I succeeded. You learned and learning got stronger and stronger. It's like that steel going into the lava get hotter and hotter and hotter and, just hammered into the strength, the tensile strength of it all. It takes that kind of pressure of life to create something that stands the test of time.